Today we'll be talking about the Ordinary products because you asked me, do I still like the brand? Do I use it? Which products do I recommend? Which products have I stopped liking or using entirely? What are my thoughts on every single The Ordinary product in existence? We're gonna talk about 15 products from The Ordinary that I've tried, used, and recommended over the years, and make sure not to miss a single second of this video to find out which ones are worth it and which ones you may want to skip. I was of two minds about filming this video because I don't like reviewing products. That usually only encourages more buying. But my approach on this channel is not to sell you more things that you don't need that end up in that drawer of useless stuff. I want you to actually optimize your skincare habits so that you can maintain clear skin at home. However, if something is missing from your skincare routine and you don't know where to start, maybe you're overwhelmed with all the choices out there, then products from The Ordinary may be a good starting point for you because they have so many different options in terms of actives, in terms of formulas, and at such a good price point that if you are going to experiment with a new active, for example, at least it's not going to break the bank, and hopefully this video is going to help you choose the right one for your current skin's needs. Though in the past I shared my personal experiences with the products that I was using, I learned over the years that how a product performs for me doesn't necessarily mean anything for you because your skin is different from mine. So I'm going to try to be as objective here and keep my personal beliefs and feelings out of it. How do these products perform in general? Who are they for and how you should use them? How these products work overall and who they would be best for. As always, all thoughts are my own. I bought all these products myself and sometimes many a bottle. And I have even tested some of them out on hundreds of my clients around the world. The Ordinary does sometimes send me new products. I ask for the ones I want and usually use them all up, okay? I am not obligated in any way to make any of this content. I discovered The Ordinary back in 2017. They've since totally changed the skincare landscape. A lot of the brands coming out today are greatly inspired, if not total rip-offs, of The Ordinary. Yet, as is usually the case, the copies are rarely as good as the original. They really changed the game for me personally in terms of skincare and helped me take my skincare routine to the next level. And since then, I've tried most of what the company has to offer. Some products have been consistently in my skincare routine over the years, while others kind of made it into my routine on like a temporary trial basis, and others barely made it for a couple of tries, and that's okay. You don't have to use all these products. I repeat, you don't have to use all of them. Let's begin with the original bunch I got from The Ordinary. First up, 100% organic cold-pressed rosehip seed oil. Elena, you bought an oil? I know. I think at the time I wanted to use it on my hair, but I don't think I did that for very long. If you want to know the best oil for your hair, you should watch my previous video. It's all about hair. You're gonna love it. I don't buy or use any of The Ordinary's 100% oil products since I just don't like oil on my skin. Most oil isn't very hydrating. Mineral oil is an exception, so if it's in your favorite moisturizer, rejoice! Yay! Why most people like oils in their skincare is for the superficial shine that oil gives. This makes people think that their skin is being hydrated, when in reality, it's an illusion of hydration. Shininess doesn't mean your skin is hydrated, since tight skin can also look shiny. If you have severely dry skin, you may want oils to be like in the overall ingredient list inside your favorite moisturizer, for example. But if you moisturize correctly using the 3-step moisture method and choose products that are well formulated and suit your skin, then you're really unlikely to need like a separate or additional face oil product. Anyway, I can talk about oil all day, but it's not something I personally buy or use for my skin, and I don't think most people need it in their skincare routines. None of my clients use any 100% oil in any of their skincare routines, and you've seen the results. If you have face oil in your skincare routine, then it's likely that marketing has done wonders on you.
It's marketing!
Don't be mad, but like if you're mad, write a comment. Let me know what you think of that. Next up, lactic acid 10% plus hyaluronic acid 2%. I never finished the bottle. My skin just didn't need it. It was a redundant product in my skincare routine. I like for every single product in my skincare routine to serve a function. And I didn't need an alpha hydroxy acid chemical exfoliant at the time and still kind of don't. It is a fine product with a great formula. It's gentle enough to be used 2, 4, 5 times a week, but I wouldn't use it every single day, even if your skin is fairly resilient. This product might be great for someone with skin that's a bit more sensitive, but where you still want a gentle chemical exfoliant in your skincare routine. They also make a 5% version of this that is mega gentle if you're nervous about incorporating an alpha hydroxy acid. Note, alpha hydroxy acid is water soluble and therefore doesn't do well at penetrating the pore and cannot really help with clogging or acne very much, if at all. I see it recommended a lot by acne coaches, and it's a definite red flag. They don't know what they're doing. Next up, hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. You might have heard me rave about humectant serums for step 2 of the 3-step moisture method. Literally the best way to moisturize your skin. Seriously, on planet Earth. If you haven't heard of this method, turn to watch this video next. 2017 is also when I first shared the 3-step moisture method on this channel, but I was using another product for step 2. When I saw this serum, I knew it would be a keeper, and it was for years. This is as good of a hyaluronic acid serum as it gets, and the price is incredible. It's been copied by every single brand out there, but I still think that The Ordinary's formula is like 10 steps above the rest in this category. It has a soothing jelly texture and works beautifully under your favorite moisturizer. That's the best way to use it. I'll take this opportunity to myth bust. Hyaluronic acid does not hold 1,000 times its weight in water. That's the common marketing myth about it. It only holds about 10 to 15 times its weight in water, and this entirely depends on how it's formulated. Mainly, hyaluronic acid just helps our skin hold on to water so that it evaporates more slowly. It can give our skin a more plump appearance, and because of that, fine lines can appear less obvious. A crazed dermatologist on the internet has made some conspiratorial claims about hyaluronic acid in skincare, freaking people out about this ingredient unnecessarily. Low molecular weight hyaluronic acid is not inflammatory. It literally works on the outermost layer of our skin, and it isn't absorbed more deeply into the bloodstream. Like, it doesn't get down into the dermis. Hyaluronic acid exists naturally in our dermis, in the deeper layer of our skin. Naturally, okay? So the same dermatologist injects hyaluronic acid into the skin where it's broken down into, you guessed it, low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. It's appropriate to roll your eyes right now. However, all of this is moot when you're putting a combination of ingredients on your skin and not just one. Your skin may not like a particular formula combination of ingredients, and it's unlikely that it's the hyaluronic acid or some other ingredient that you randomly point to. It's likely the entire formula. We get more into these details inside the Skin Queen course, so visit my website if you'd like to learn more. One final and important point about hyaluronic acid. For the love of Paula Vigoon, do not buy weird Amazon skincare brands of hyaluronic acid, okay? They're usually terribly formulated and some are actually unsafe. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Next up, ascorbyl glucoside solution, 12%. I remember really liking this formula and using multiple bottles of it. This is just a really no-brainer vitamin C derivative that doesn't cause irritation for most people. Is it still in my skincare routine? No, but again, at some point I just found it to be redundant in my own skincare routine, so I never reintroduced it. But if you are one of the people who is obsessed with having a vitamin C product in your skincare routine, then this is an easy one to start with. Next up, caffeine solution 5% and EGCG. I definitely didn't use this product up because I remember growing suspicious of it at the time, it's true. I just had too much going on in terms of skincare and didn't prioritize the eye area at all. It's not a bad formula, but as far as I know, there's not much benefit to using caffeine under the eye area, as shown in this study, and I can link it below in the description of this video. The bigger truth is that if your under eye area is showing real signs of aging, then you'll probably need something more powerful and even possibly more invasive than an under eye serum. There's only so much skincare can do after all. Next up, resveratrol, 3% plus ferulic acid, 3%. I remember this formula applied with a slight heating sensation, but it didn't burn and the sensation really went away quickly. I liked the idea of antioxidants in my skincare routine, like they're great in skincare, and this formula gives quite an instant glow. Some people enjoy the glow while others do not, so it really depends on your skin and your preferences. If you're somebody who's looking for an easy, pretty gentle antioxidant serum, then this could be a really nice option for you. Next up, alpha lipoic acid 5%. This product unfortunately got discontinued, but I loved it for its instant pick-me-up. The next day, my skin really looked fresher, more even, and as though it was lit from within. I remember quite a few of my clients loving the formula as well when it was still available. Alas, it's gone now, so moving on to the next batch of products from The Ordinary because I loved the initial product so much that I went back to the store and got a bunch more to try. The really cool thing that everyone has always loved about the brand was and still is their pricing. The fact that they make quality skincare accessible to anyone, anywhere. Again, they didn't pay me to say this. So I didn't feel bad going back and buying a bunch more to try because I didn't spend that much on them. Anyway, here are the products I purchased next. Granactive Retinoid 2% Emulsion. Granactive Retinoid is a newer generation of retinoids, and the cool thing about it is that it has a lot of benefits of the super well-studied gold standard of anti-aging ingredients, tretinoin, or pure retinoic acid, but without a lot of the irritation. And unfortunately, it doesn't have quite the same data to back up its efficacy as does tretinoin, but it does show promise in practice. I'd say it's a fabulous starter retinoid if you are interested in dipping your toes into using a retinoid, but are nervous around the potential disastrous consequences of misusing something like tretinoin. It has a light and milky texture that almost feels moisturizing, so don't be fooled. Start using it slowly and still use the 3-step moisture method with it. I used this product for a good 2 or maybe even 3 years and had amazing results. Some of my clients use this product and have amazing results. It has my stamp of approval on it. Like break! Hey, it's that time in our video where you click the like button to help this video reach more people, and to show me that you'd like me to make more videos on this channel. So press that like button. Like. Okay, thanks. Next up, Arbutin solution 10%, and I hope I said it right, otherwise known as acetylhexapeptide 8. It's a really cool peptide that helps with dynamic lines. Dynamic lines are the result of movement. Where the movement of our skin eventually etches those lines into our faces. That plus sun plus, loss of collagen over time. It's a disaster. This peptide kind of helps to relax those lines. Some people call it Botox in a bottle, but it's not Botox, okay? It's not Botox. It does help soften fine lines over time, but the key here is consistency and patience. Like, you have to actually use this every day for months to see the results.
Yeah, consistent.
If you have a very expressive face and the beginning of some fine lines forming, then this could be a very nice option to introduce into your skincare routine. Next up, alpha-arbutin 2% plus hyaluronic acid. Alpha-arbutin acts by inhibiting tyrosinase activity and melanosome maturation. In plain English, it helps with hyperpigmentation or dark spots. There are a couple of randomized controlled trials that show that topical application of alpha-arbutin in a combination with other actives like niacinamide and vitamin C showed improvement in the treatment of melasma and hyperpigmentation. Again, in plain English, alpha-arbutin is a great active for hyperpigmentation, especially when paired with something like vitamin C and or niacinamide and or a retinoid. It also has antioxidant properties, which may contribute to the inhibitory action of arbutin and alpha-arbutin on melanin synthesis. And melanin is what causes that darkness in our skin. Next up, vitamin C suspension 23% plus hyaluronic acid spheres 2%. You'll see super generic skincare content on the internet say that you need vitamin C in your skincare routine, but I disagree, and I just can't buy into the hype of vitamin C. Firstly, there's no such thing as a universal active ingredient that everyone needs. That's an insane assumption. A red flag if you hear it. Secondly, it's just diet. I prefer to use other actives to achieve amazing results, and I rarely recommend vitamin C to my clients. The truth about this product is that it's really strong, like stings upon application strong. Like, I still feel it for half an hour after application strong. Strong.
It was really strong shit.
I didn't like this product at all, and it caused some pretty intense irritation on my super resilient skin. Strong. It contains 22% ascorbic acid, vitamin C, and it's formulated in squalane, and usually I don't mind squalane in small quantities, but when it's the base of the formula, I run for the hills. It's too much for me, like it's too heavy, it's too greasy on my already oily skin. I have never felt confident recommending this particular formula to anyone. So if you want to try it, it's entirely your own decision. May the skincare gods be with you. Something that Nicola Kilner, the co-founder of The Ordinary, once said really stuck with me. She said something along the lines of, brands were selling vitamin C serums for a premium, and we wanted to show the real price of quality. And I think she also said that vitamin C itself is actually a really cheap ingredient. Just something I thought was really cool. Ooh, next up is moisturizing factors plus hyaluronic acid. Heavenly sounds! Seriously, this product deserves them. This is a really well-formulated moisturizer that really quenches dry skin, but can also be used if your skin is on the oily side. It contains an amazing combination of ingredients like amino acids, fatty acids, triglycerides, urea, ceramides, phospholipids, glycerin, saccharides, sodium PCA, and even hyaluronic acid. So basically everything that human skin loves. I always have a bottle of it on hand because it's a real skin savior. One time on my honeymoon, I developed these weird sandpapery patches right along my nose. I think it was the first time ever that I had eczema patches in my life. Probably from my skincare routine / my sunglasses, maybe a lot of sun. It was literally where my sunglasses rested on my nose. The texture was sandpaper, and it was really the only time I've ever experienced this. Luckily, I brought my trusty natural moisturizing factors on the trip. I applied it directly on the patches of my skin under my usual moisturizer, and 3 days later, my skin was back to normal. I even remember Brandon Truax, the co-founder of The Ordinary, said that it can be used on the nails and even on the lips. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I do like to use it when my lips are super dry. I wet my lips, I apply a tiny dot of natural moisturizing factors, then follow with like a lip balm or Aquaphor, and voila! Perfectly hydrated lips the next morning. So if you're gonna buy it, you might as well go for the larger size because there's a lot of places where you can use it. Let me know if you've ever used this product anywhere but the face.
I want to hear.
Okay, next. Glycolic acid 7% toning solution. This is a pretty popular product on TikTok. It seems that teenagers love acids on their faces. Alas, given my experience working with hundreds of women who created quite the skin damage with acids and other harsh products, I would really caution against using this product the way that the teenagers do. Firstly, it's not a toner. It's a chemical exfoliant with 7% glycolic acid, an alpha hydroxy acid with quite a small molecule size, which means it can be quite strong. If you're going to use this, I would limit it to like once or twice a week. 3 times a week would be really pushing it. I think it's tempting to overuse these types of chemical exfoliants because you'll often see overnight results in terms of maybe smoothness, brightness. The natural instinct is to use more often and to sometimes even drown your face in them. But please fight this instinct. Less is really more. To reiterate, the glycolic acid 7% toning solution is a great formula, but it's often misused to your skin's detriment. If you're gonna use it, use responsibly, and only if you already have a good skincare routine that includes gentle cleansing, the 3-step moisture method, and a sunscreen already. If you're missing any of these steps, just forget that this product exists, okay?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, next up, niacinamide 10% plus zinc. This is The Ordinary's best-selling product. From a recent interview with Nicola Kilner, apparently 2 niacinamide serums are sold every second. Every second. Niacinamide is a really cool ingredient that can help everything from improving your moisture barrier, it can lighten hyperpigmentation, help with inflammation. It's a workhorse. And because it can do so much, it's difficult to put it into like a single category like anti-aging or moisturizing or lightening even. It does a lot. One randomized double-blind study showed that 5% niacinamide applied twice daily on 50 subjects showed reductions in fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation spots, red blotchiness, and skin sallowness, yellowing, and even improved elasticity
and elastic skin.
Another study showed that 5% niacinamide moisturizer provided 35 to 68% inhibition of melanosome transfer from melanocytes to keratinocytes. That's pretty cool. That helps with hyperpigmentation. Another analysis demonstrated that 2.5% niacinamide resulted in smoother skin surface compared to a vehicle alone. A 3.5% niacinamide cream was compared with a placebo for 4 weeks and demonstrated 14.8% reduction in skin roughness. The benefits go on and on. You can see why it's a hit. And I think The Ordinary deserves a lot of credit for bringing niacinamide to the masses and making it explode in popularity. Today, it's difficult to imagine a brand without a niacinamide serum or cream of some sort. But before The Ordinary, nobody really cared about niacinamide. So should you use it? This is a bit hard to answer because it depends on 2 things: your skin and how you use the product. If your skin is redness prone, rosacea prone, super delicate, then this serum might be a bit too much at 10%. You might experience some tingling or burning upon application. Niacinamide has been shown to be effective at 2 to 5%, so 10% may not be right for you. Some people use this serum quite generously, and I would recommend limiting it to about 1 to 3 drops for the entire face. If your skin is a bit more resilient, it's probably going to love niacinamide. But before you rush out to get this serum, check the ingredients list of your existing products. You might already have it somewhere in your skincare routine without even knowing it.
No way.
Okay, these are all the products from The Ordinary that I first tried in 2017 and my updated thoughts. But here's the thing, they've since launched a bunch more products, especially most recently with the OLAB, and I've tried them. So you gotta let me know in the comments if you want me to share my thoughts on all the other products that I've tried since 2017, 2018, because there were more. Should I do a video on the latest 6? Let me know in the comments. Let me know exactly which products you want me to talk about from The Ordinary. I just want to say that The Ordinary is still one of my favorite brands, and not just because of their formulas, quality, or pricing, but because of their ethos. They really do care about good work. And for the longest time, they never even paid for people's opinions the way every single brand did and still does today. While a lot of brands sell out or focus on standing out with marketing, words, The Ordinary has been consistent since their inception. They let the quality speak for itself, and word of mouth is what allowed them not only to grow, but to explode and dominate. Their biggest issue being making enough product to fill the demand. I don't think there's another brand out there that quite compares to what The Ordinary continues to do in the skincare industry. I mean, the fact that they don't fearmonger or pander to the consumer who is afraid of random chemicals, chef's kiss. They were also among the few brands to speak out about the war in Ukraine and donate and support temporarily displaced women and children, which means a lot to me because I am Ukrainian, in case you didn't know. In case you want to support Ukrainians, I'll provide a link in the description where you can do that as well. Okay, that's enough positive stuff about The Ordinary. The worst part about The Ordinary is that people misuse or overuse the products, leading to all kinds of issues. But obviously, I don't think it's their fault since it's your and my responsibility to take good care of our skin at home, right? The loudest criticisms I've ever heard about The Ordinary usually come from their competitors. That's called a conflict of interest, so please spot it as totally unfair and unfounded BS. I don't know if you remember, but in the beginning of this video, I said I'd talk a little bit about my own routine. So let's get into it.
Oh my God!
Why don't I share my exact skincare routine with anyone, not even my husband?
Tell me why.
For 4 main reasons. Everyone's skin is different. It would encourage copying. It would encourage mindless buying. And ultimately, skin destruction. Something that people have a hard time understanding is that your skin is different from mine, and mine is different from yours. It behaves differently, it has different needs, and we have different starting points as well as different goals. What works for me is the result of spending years trying to understand skin health in general, then my own skin, its needs, and supporting and protecting it, which I couldn't do if I was copying somebody else. It's not just about products, but also how you use them. I know that if I shared my routine, people would just copy it, and I know that most people would destroy their skin in the process because my routine wouldn't suit their skin. Plain and simple. This industry already bombards us with ads left and right and encourages buying, too much buying in my opinion, to the detriment of your skin. And I don't want to add to that. As a skincare coach, I've had to try products over the years and maybe not be as consistent as a regular person should be with their skincare routine. But I still go back to the stuff that works the best for me, despite rotating in and testing new products regularly. But you're not a skincare coach, nor are you an influencer. Your job is to support and protect your skin and be consistent. Less experimentation means less problems. Become curious, thoughtful, and strategic with your skincare choices. You'll be bombarded with content that tells you how amazing every single product is so that you go out and buy it. But remember that the point is to sell you stuff. The point isn't your skin health. It's all a distraction. I want you to optimize what you already have. You need to focus on the basics before you decide to introduce a bunch of new stuff. For most of you, nailing the boring basics might be the difference between having a skin condition and really healthy skin. For more effective advice and especially on how you can master those boring basics, make sure to watch more of my videos and follow me on Instagram. Though some of the products I mentioned today might sound super seductive, first take stock of your routine and your results. How is your skin feeling? Is it comfortable? Is it mostly clear? Then stick with what you already have. Don't fix what ain't broke. Decide between random experiments and predictable results. Seriously, it's your choice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload the next video. And you could even inspire the next video by letting me know what products you want me to talk more about. Don't forget to like this video to let YouTube know to show it to more people. Help me with the algorithm, guys. Help a girl out. And I will see you in the next one.